Don't be wildin' out and don't call me. Gone are the days that I give you magic and you give me minimum. Here's the vlog. Let's talk about it. Wealthy Risings, my love. So let me start off by saying this is going to be a multi-part video. The full video will be available on my YouTube. Because as it seems, I have some of the penis population in a tizzy. From my last video about feminine energy. Because the only thing that y'all truly heard was the fact that I said you have a mangina and you took it as me implying that we didn't need you. So where I placed education, you placed devalue and disrespect. So before I really get into the things that I'm going to say, let me go ahead and back up really quickly. Let me go ahead and provide you a little more education about myself. Hi, I'm R.S. Cole, and I am a fucking book nerd. I read them and I write them. Now, many years ago, I went to a thing called college. And in that college, I studied to be a mortician. My mortician studies got me very fascinated with the human body, how it works, how it functions, what it does, what is it capable of while it's living and dying. And even prior to that, I was always into educational shows, always looking at them, digging up bones and looking and putting and piecing science together has always been a passion of mine. I was one of those nerdy ass little kids who actually read the Encyclopedia Britannica. I have a fascination for history, things that are very old. Studying events as far back as 1400. Went through the rigorous course of chemistry, biology, biotechnology. I have technology accolades. Of course, if you look at the requirements for mortician, you would know that I also had to go through psychology 1 through 14 and pick up additional classes and information on the human brain, hypnosis, all of those things. But enough about me. Let's make it back about you. So the ones that are in the penis population that are up in a tizzy, let's go ahead and provide you with a little more education. Because it behooved me for y'all not to know that melanated women have the Eve gene. Some of y'all had no idea what the Eve gene was. And that the first woman to be studied and tested on that had infinity genes was a melanated woman. So throughout all of these tests, throughout history, throughout science, the oldest bones that are dated back billions of years are female. Now, women can only reproduce women asexually. This happened years, thousands of years ago, though. Women are so very disconnected from nature. This is not something that occurs in today's times. But what they have been able to do was take the bone marrow of a woman and fertilize her embryo. But again, a woman can only produce female. The male steps in with the additional chromosomes that creates males. And regardless, all life starts as female. So yes, you have a mangina. Now, for some reason, my education made some of you hear that we didn't need you. I am simply stating how out of balance we are. So, instead of Googling, instead of actually trying to say, prove it, go to your nearest library. Look at the books that are from the 14, 15, 16, 17, and 1800s, the encyclopedia. And if you don't have a nearest library, then that could explain your miseducation. Now again, this is not an attack on the masculine energy. It is literally simply education. But some of you do not have the capacity to actually understand because you're listening to respond instead of trying to understand, absorb, and research the information. I'm not going to do the work for you. You go do the work. Why? Because I've spent my years in school. I've looked inside of corpses. I've had children. Now, of course, understanding that social media has our attention span like this, I can't continue to go on and on and on and on. But at the end of the day, I never said that we didn't need you. I just stated that you all are out of touch and you all do not value the feminine energy as way of nature created it. Did they remove the men from the homes? Yes, they did. Did they switch the woman's mind to feel that she didn't need the man? Yes, they did. But it was not because he was the head. It was because of the balance between the two. See, these patriarchal systems know more than what you think they know. They studied more than what you think they studied. Whereas y'all see it as a black and white thing, baby, it's an energy thing. And melanated energy is top fucking tier. So where in the past they pushed the man out, now they're pushing the woman out. They don't want us back in balance. The same skin that was broken is about to be the same skin taken over. And this is something that they want to prevent at all cost. So it goes deeper than what's in books. It's music, it's television, it's everything. But again, the guys that get it, get it. And the ones that don't are under my posts telling me, prove it. Skip over all of my posts about loving on the man, respecting the masculine energy, having ballast. Skip over all that shit, okay? And come directly to the post that states that you have a mangina. Come directly to the post that states, long time ago, women were able to reproduce asexually. But a lot of y'all that's questioning me didn't think to question that they have now created a way to cultivate a baby outside of a woman's womb. Y'all have not said anything about the fact that they want to take away the word mother. But the moment your winky woo is in question, y'all got a lot to say. They give you what they want you to know. Now, many people will say, oh, Google is free, but the education that I had was not. And it was years upon years upon years upon years. And a lot of y'all don't think that I'm as old as I really am. And I also am, for one, who also went to college while still in high school. This was a thing back in my day. Shit, we still had home ec, cursive writing, skill trade education. We had all that in high school. I even went to woodshop. But a lot of my English and anatomy courses were college-based. My teacher used to be a college professor, so she would purposely give us college work. In her mind, she was preparing us. And I appreciate that to this day, even though she got on my goddamn nerves. But enough about me. This is about history. And every time somebody says something that challenges your manhood or challenges the masculine energy, you feel that you want to disagree with it simply because you have not researched it or have not come across it, or your pappy ain't told it to you. But that does not devalue the fact that it is true. We all are in an age of a miseducation system, so you have to go and study for yourself. So now, all of you that disagreed with me, you have homework. And again, Google is not your friend. They will add and remove things as they see fit. I'm talking about a very old book. Go to a library, Encyclopedia Britannica, go look through records, go look through old newspapers back from the 14, 15, 16, 17, 1800s. Look at how they were studying. How do you think they figured out that the melanated woman had the Eve gene? By studying us. How do you think they found out the woman that had the infinity genes? By studying her. Her stem cells are still utilized in today's vaccines. Rich old Caucasian men who are literally paying women billions of dollars just for their cells and their embryos. But y'all ain't seen that either, huh? There was also somebody from the penis population that was stating that humans are also the only ones that require a man to just be with one woman. And on the contrary, there are several animals that actually mate for life. Now, I'm all for the lifestyle. If that's what you want to do, then that's your business. But at the same token, you have to understand and know how to do it, and y'all don't. The education amongst that has been lost many, many, many years ago. Only 2% of the animals whose spouses die that do mate for life only go on to attempt to be with someone else, but they're not happy, and eventually they die. We live in a society where the only value of a person is their sex. And if y'all really knew what you were doing, you would be more careful. But I'm going to go ahead and allow you mere mortals to continue to think what it is that you want to think. I said what I said. And if you have any issues, any problem with the education and the information that has been given to you, those are your unbalanced feelings and emotions to deal with, not mine. And you can go read a book.